topic that it's not talked about a lot, and it's miscarriages. So I've been pregnant 5 times, and I've been successful in 2 of those. And the first one was when I was 24, and it was an ectopic pregnancy, which means outside of the uterus, and it didn't work out. It was 7 weeks in. I was young, and we weren't married yet. And anyway, they had to remove it, and I just kind of put it in a box and put it away. I didn't have my Ella until I was 32, and prior to that, we were living in the subdivision out in Tantallon at the time, and I was invited to a baby shower. And went up there, and everyone's talking about having their children and the labor they went through, and I was the only one that didn't have any kids. And the hostess eventually turned around to me, and she said, "Oh, Fran, this must be boring you. Let's talk about something that you might be interested in. But how's the weather?" It was, I couldn't believe she said it. It was humiliating in front of everybody just because I didn't have children. But what she didn't know is that I had miscarried prior to that. And I come from a family of 7 kids, and I've been around kids all my life. My mom took in kids. Kids are part of our world. I love children, and they are our future. And I was not, like, the cruelty of her statement, I don't think ever resonated with her, but it did with me. After I have Ella, who's a beautiful girl and just a wonderful spirit, I had another miscarriage. I wasn't very far along in that one, about 6 weeks, and that one I had it. I kind of knew what to expect, and I just kind of put that away in a box in a shelf and just kind of left it, didn't deal with it. And then I had Eden, who is now 12, and she's another beautiful human. And after Eden, I got pregnant one more time, and maybe hoping for a boy, perhaps, or whatever God would give me. And as soon as I got pregnant, I felt like my body had taken my body over. I felt like I was poisoned, actually. The sickness was unbelievable. My body hurt. I couldn't exercise. I couldn't eat. I couldn't talk. I couldn't sleep. Nothing. It was unlike anything I've ever experienced in my life. And at the 9-week mark, I was watching TV on a Saturday night and went upstairs to use the washroom, and I was bleeding. So we called 811, and they just told us to come in, and we went in, and the resident there in the emergency room, he performed, like, he did the examination, and he did the sweep, and he said everything should be gone. I think you've passed everything. So kind of sent me on my way, and he said sorry for your loss and sent me home. It took me a few days, to come to grips with what had happened. And I did have to have an appointment with my GP on the Wednesday. So on Wednesday morning, I went for a walk. I didn't take a cell phone with me, but when I got halfway through the walk, my body imploded. I didn't know what happened. The cramps, and I didn't know what to do, actually. So I luckily was wearing some black clothes, and I just took my jacket off and wrapped it around my waist, and I just got home as fast as I can. I don't even remember the walk home. And then when I got into the washroom and I derobed, I noticed that there was it was a crime scene. I'll just say that. There was blood everywhere. It was a mess, and there was a fetus in my pants. And that was heartbreaking, actually, to see that, because at 9 weeks, there's an eye and there's some arms you can see it, and it's fucking brutal, to be honest with you. And I went up in the shower and had another gush of everything, and it was surreal. It was awful, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Actually, it was unlike anything I've ever gone through in my life. And the only way I could come to grips with that, actually, is that I told myself it was the universe's way of correcting something, because that pregnancy wasn't meant to be. It was doomed from the beginning. And I guess the purpose of my story here today is that I just want everyone to share this taboo type subject, which is not really taboo. I want everyone to talk about this subject because it happens to a lot of women. It's nothing to be ashamed of. We didn't do anything wrong. It's not our fault. It's just that pregnancies or those pregnancies were not meant to be. And I can't speak to the fact of having a stillborn because I haven't had that, and since I haven't experienced it, I can't talk about it. But I guess I want, if you have had miscarriages and you haven't talked about it, like I didn't talk about it for so many years, that it's okay to talk about it. And there's no shame, there's no guilt. We didn't do anything wrong. Your body is a temple, and it wasn't meant to be. And that's what I had to tell myself, and that's how I got through it. And every now and again I think about it, and it was hard. It's really hard. But it's okay. It was just nature's way of correcting itself. So I guess the other thing, there's another side of it. It's that the partner side of it and how they dealt with it, because they have no real say or control in what's going on. And I never did ask my partner at the time how he felt, and I'm sure it was devastating to watch me go through it, and for him to have to go through it and deal with that loss. And so the purpose of this story, though, is for everyone. If you have gone through it, it's good to tell this short story. And it's good to tell any story, anything that you want to talk about. Get it out there, release it, because it is a big burden off your shoulders. I can really do this with a sigh of relief and let it off my shoulders today and put it out there. And if you want to reach out to me, whether just comment or send direct messages, do it. I'm here, and I've gone through it, and it's okay. You'll be okay. And yeah, that's what the Ahuga tribe is about, because when you express your words and put voice to your words and those feelings, that's when the healing begins. So put it out there and release it, because it's so worth it. And that's what this Ahuga tribe is all about. It's about healing your darkness. Thanks for listening.